Hey, Jim. Just returning a call. I noticed I missed a call from you. Yeah, I just got to the studios, just getting ready to film the Ignite session on Teams phone. Yeah, lots of cool stuff to share. Actually, let me just show you a rough outline of what you're talking about. Hold on, let me escalate the call to Teams. That's a great point, Jim. I got it. I'll make sure I follow up on it. Yep, I am on set now. I gotta go. Thank you.
Okay, quiet please, everyone. Stand by. Roll camera and action.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I am Mahendra Sekaran, Vice President in the Microsoft Teams Engineering Organization. In the new way of hybrid work, effective communication and collaboration are critical to the success of any organization, particularly when you're expected to remain productive no matter where you're working. As you just saw, that was my manager making sure I'm hitting all the topics today. Many organizations still don't have the telephony solution needed to match this new way of working. When we first developed Microsoft Teams Phone, we set out to build a reliable and innovative enterprise-grade calling solution that anyone can deploy and manage. As the only native telephony solution for Microsoft Teams, Teams Phone delivers innovation, reliability, and simplicity in a way that's just not possible from bolt-on calling applications. Fast forward a few years, and we are humbled and excited to have over 12 million Teams Phone PSTN users, in a large part thanks to many of you who've been on this journey with us. Along with this momentum, as an engineering leader for Microsoft Teams, I'm personally very proud to have been named Frost & Sullivan's Company of the Year in the UCaaS industry. And we're also honored to have been recognized as a leader in the 2021 Gartner Unified Communications as a Service Magic Quadrant. But while this momentum gives us confidence, customers are examining their technology investments and wanting to make the most of what they already have. In parallel, several trends are shaping the future of the telephony industry and our product investments. First, mobility is becoming a must-have rather than a nice-to-have. Many segments of the workforce rely upon enterprise-grade mobile calling for their livelihood. Next, calling and productivity are becoming intertwined. Employees expect automated workflows and integrated experiences. Third, customers expect more out of their phone system. For example, as demonstrated by the convergence of the UCaaS and the CCaaS industries. And lastly, flexible working styles require organizations to rethink the devices and endpoints they use to stay connected. If you caught Jared Spatero's Modern Work keynote earlier, you heard his thoughts on the importance of re-engaging the workforce in the office, at home, and everywhere in between. And Teams Phone plays a critical role in keeping the entire organization engaged wherever your work takes you. So let me share a few of the things we are working on. Today's workforce is more mobile than ever, so employees deserve a full-featured, enterprise-grade mobile experience that works across networks and devices. To that end, I'm excited to announce that Teams Phone Mobile, previously known as Operator Connect Mobile, is now generally available. This experience is now available with Rogers in Canada and Telia in Sweden, the first Teams Phone Mobile operator partners globally. Additionally, we are excited that many of our other operator partners are launching this service very soon, so stay tuned. Teams Phone Mobile provides calling integrated with your mobile device's native dialer, while delivering on the Microsoft 365 promise of enterprise-grade security, privacy, and compliance. I can now have one SIM-enabled mobile number for Teams Phone that serves as my desk phone, my mobile number, and my Teams number on whatever device that works best for me. With Teams Phone Mobile, I do not have to coach my organization to change their calling habits. The technology just matches the way they're used to calling with their device's native dialer. Whether I'm in my car, my home office, or out for a walk, my calls seamlessly move across networks and devices without drops or interruptions. And my calls, voicemail, and transcriptions go with me. Just like you saw earlier, I made a native dialer call and uplifted to a Teams call with screen share, and this whole experience just happens seamlessly. Given the importance of mobility to the future of business calling, we are diligently working to unlock additional scenarios such as bring your own device to provide greater flexibility for both organizations and users. Let me now hand over to my colleague Pete, who's going to show us how this works. Take it away, Pete.
Thanks, Mahendra. Teams Phone Mobile takes all the guesswork out of it for me. I simply open up my mobile phone native dialer start a call, and I automatically inherit all the call control and policy functionality of Teams Phone. My Teams colleagues can see that I'm on a call since my presence is automatically updated to Teams, even though I didn't dial through Teams. I can easily transfer my call to another colleague for support, or I can uplift a mobile call to a Teams call for a fuller experience. And I can choose whether I show my mobile or company number on my outbound calls, creating the professional appearance that best suits me and my company. After my call, Teams shows my full call history regardless of whether the call took place in Teams or the native dialer. Back to you, Mahendra.
Thank you, Pete. That was awesome. For our IT colleagues, managing Teams Phone Mobile could not be easier, since it's built on this Operator Connect framework and interface. Adding and assigning mobile numbers to your users via the Microsoft Teams Admin Center is just a few clicks away. Furthermore, Microsoft is uniquely positioned to lead across the UCaaS spectrum, including the capabilities needed to unlock these mobility scenarios. Azure for Operators provides critical network capabilities to serve operators and improve the overall end-user experience. With Mobile Control Point in Azure, we enable deeper connections between Teams Phone and the operator's mobile network. Since we announced Teams Phone Mobile earlier this year, I've been asked what differentiates it from other mobile services. The answer largely comes down to the deep integration of the Microsoft Cloud with the Operator Partner Cloud, largely leveraging Azure for Operators' Mobile Control Point technology. Without these integrations, we would not be able to deliver assured industry-leading call quality, a fully managed service, and a joint technical support model, not to mention support for any mobile device. And this is just the beginning. We are excited about future scenarios this integration is going to open up. I had the pleasure of sitting down with partners from Rogers, Verizon, and British Telecom to discuss what these developments mean for the enterprise telephony market and how Teams Phone Mobile can help transform business productivity. I'd encourage you to watch my interviews with them at the following links. Next, I mentioned that calling and productivity are becoming more intertwined than ever. And since Teams Phone is the native calling solution for Teams, we've been able to release over 40 new capabilities since last Ignite to help merge those two experiences. Teams users expect control over how they communicate and collaborate, and Teams Phone delivers its same customization experience, including how they are reached and handle calls. With the new Busy on Busy feature coming early 2023, users will be able to manage how calls are routed when their presence indicate that they are busy, including when using Teams Phone Mobile to use their native dialer to place a call. Earlier this year, we announced the launch of Rich Call History, providing a comprehensive view into how calls arrived, how they were routed and forwarded, and how they were controlled once received. This is now generally available. Check where a call originated, whether it was forwarded or transferred, what happened once the call was answered, and how the call ended. These are all capabilities that are now part of the Rich Call History. Teams Phone also now enables users to record and capture transcription of one-to-one calls for both VoIP and PSTN calls. The call recordings and transcriptions can be accessed from within the call details, giving the context you need to be efficient and productive. With 80 million active users relying upon Teams Phone, we know that our networks are not limited to those in our direct team or even our organization. So to gain even more benefits from the extensive Teams network, I'm pleased to share that starting this month, Teams Phone will support federated group calling. Users can easily start a group Teams call with federated colleagues, including video and screen sharing, all over an internet connection without any PSTN usage charges. And with an ever-expanding user base, we continue to invest in our geographical coverage across a range of connectivity options. Earlier, I mentioned that we strive to provide the most reliable and high-quality calling solution in the world. A recent report published by GigaOM rated Teams Phone highest in both call quality and reliability among tested competitors using a combination of qualitative and quantitative measures. I would encourage you to read the report in the following link. aka.ms/Teams phone reliability. In addition to delivering reliable service, we understand that service continuity during a network outage is critical. So we are continuing to invest in our survivable branch appliance capabilities. Although networks these days are more ubiquitous and reliable than, let's say, 10 years ago, we are seeing an increased demand for survivable calling from customers, particularly in healthcare, remote manufacturing, or mining operation. This functionality is essential to the operations, and in early 2023, we've released 2 enhancements to our SBA capabilities. First, you'll be able to use chat or call history in addition to using the dial pad to make outbound PSTN calls even when you're in offline mode. Next, if you're connected to the SBA and network, in the event of an outage, your VoIP calls will be routed to PSTN if the call recipient has an associated phone number. We are super excited about this capability because it unblocks a number of compliance scenarios, such as when it comes to mining industries, where they want people in the remote mining sites to be able to connect with their local healthcare facilities in case of an emergency. But now let's hear directly from an organization that is relying upon Teams Phone for the enterprise-grade calling service. Please join me in welcoming Volker Rieger, VP of Global Communications Technology at SAP, as we learn how Teams Phone is transforming communications across SAP.
Hi, Mahendra. Good morning.
Good afternoon, Volker. Thanks for joining us. So Volker, just kind of teeing off the question, when you started this journey to move to unified communications, what would you say that success looked like for the transformation? And would you say that you've achieved your goals?
So let's begin with a journey which we began with Link in 2012, where we were looking into PBX replacement already, which we began into 2013 with 220 plus PBXs to be replaced at the point of time with Link telephony. Meanwhile, we had to also address then the overall move from Link to Skype. And in 2016, we actually did replace at the point of time all PBXs globally. Yeah? And I think then moving to the Teams Phone logical was just basically a logical next step, which was nothing else than just pushing towards a unified communication strategy we had, which was always aiming for a modern state-of-the-art technology solution. If you ask me what success looks like for us, most importantly, always I would answer that with a happy workforce. Yeah, I think this is something which we put on top. Of course, also factors like enhanced productivity, increased mobility, and of course, also throughout those whole migration periods, no business interruptions at all. Yeah. Did we achieve our goals? Yes, I think we have achieved our goals. Users can collaborate, communicate, phone calls, chats, meetings, document storage, everything integrated in Teams. And I think this overall is boosting employees' overall productivity. And honestly, and I'm proud of that, we really had 0 downtimes when making the move from Teams to Teams Phone.
That's amazing. Satya, our CEO, often says for technology companies particularly, our people are our biggest asset. So it's great to see that here you say that one of your success metrics was making sure your people are happy, because happy employees basically are more productive employees. I'd love to understand a little more about what have been some of the challenges that you faced with this, especially as you transition to a more remote hybrid working environment.
I think the challenges have somewhat changed over the time. I think initially it was pretty much that people moved from that closed environment of a fixed phone, which was somewhat 100% all the times available at the time. And, at this point, every glitch in that system was perceived then as the fault of the new system. Yeah, so they came back, they had handling issues, they had bad Wi-Fi coverage at home, somewhat non-certified headsets. So I think headsets in itself was one of the challenges. Always find the best functioning devices. There were people asking for headsets which did not ruin the hairdo, which were kind of like really easy to wear the whole day. And probably also worth to mention is also, network design, local internet access, internet bandwidth, also something which we had to scale completely different.
That's great. That's great to hear. One of the topics we hear time and time again from our customers is how challenging it can be to drive a culture that fosters and nurtures connection and engagement across your workforce. We know how pivotal the role of technology is in enabling this. So I'd love to know more about the role Microsoft Teams Phone in SAP's unified communication strategy.
I think in general, it's always hard to break somewhat a habit which is in place for many, many decades, which has been basically a desk phone on the table. And I remember my own assistant was kind of like, don't take it away from me. Don't take it away. I want to keep it, right? But I think it took a lot of well-thought communication to convince users of the advantages, yeah? And we did so. And I think meanwhile, we have reached a level where Teams with Teams Phone is now a center of our communication and collaboration platform. And I think this is also caused by the total integration of meetings, chat, file storage, just a click away. So overall, we gave something back to people where they have much more value than they had probably a decade back. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Lot of sense. I can't thank you enough for sharing your insights with us today. But just before closing, SAP has been super agile in terms of driving this digital transformation across the company. I know for Teams Phone, you were able to cut over 15,000 users in a single day. There is a lot of things, when I talk to customers, there is this fear of, hey, my phone system has been working forever. I'm scared to touch it. Is there any advice you'd share based on the learnings you've had in kind of making your 150,000 employees rely on Teams? Is there any advice you'd share with others who are just starting or considering starting this journey with Teams and Teams Phone?
I think probably one of the biggest key elements in there is make it a priority to communicate. Yeah, I think, and not just about the technology, I think it's also very important that the users find themselves in what's in for them. Yeah. Probably another dimension is also probably invite your users to be part of the story. Yeah, also have them communicate. Yeah.
Thank you once again, Volker, for sharing all your insights and making this journey simpler for other customers.
Thank you, Mahendra. Thank you.
Today, everyone is trying to get more out of their technology investments, and calling is no different. Customers ask us how they can get more out of Teams Phone, including how to better serve their customers. In a world where everything and everyone is connected, customers' expectations have evolved. Our customers want quick answers, personalized offerings and services, and seamless interactions. That first contact with your brand sets the tone of the relationship between your organization and the customer. With Microsoft Teams and Teams Phone, you can enable everyone across your organization to help serve and delight customers. For many customers, this starts with our call queue and auto-attended capabilities, both of which have seen over 200% increase in usage during the past year. To give greater visibility into how these features are being used, I'm pleased to share that historical reporting for auto-attendance and call queues will soon be available in the Teams Admin Center, just like you would access the call detail records. To surface these capabilities even more naturally in Teams, last year we released voice-enabled channels, which allows customers to turn any Teams channel into a Teams-based call queue, enabling collaboration and information sharing before, during, and after the call. If you add the ability to do real-time transcriptions and overlay AI on top of it, it opens up a ton of possibilities that brings together the collaboration and communication experiences, which we are super excited about. To go one step further, Teams Phone can benefit from other embedded capabilities of Microsoft 365. For example, since Power Virtual Agents is incorporated into Teams, I can build a custom chatbot without any complex coding and then link the chatbot with Teams Phone. You can see here that a user is chatting with the bot, but if they want to speak to someone on the phone, they can just click the phone number provided by the bot, which dials a call queue and surfaces his call in a voice-enabled channel. These innovations are really exciting because they build on the soul of collaboration that Teams is pretty uniquely able to deliver. But that is only the beginning. The Microsoft Digital Contact Center platform brings together Dynamics 365, Nuance AI, Azure Communication Services, Power Platform, and of course, Microsoft Teams. This integration enables agents to answer questions faster and reduce time spent on admin tasks, reducing average call handling time by 73% and enabling 85% first call resolution. And that's productivity. That's awesome. Agents can deliver a personalized experience on the customer's preferred channel with access to key customer insights, all while securely storing and managing customer information. Additionally, the digital contact center platform integrates with existing third-party solutions and allows organizations to add customer care channels as their needs grow. These investments in Nuance's industry-leading conversational AI, intelligent task automation, and extensibility demonstrate Microsoft's commitment and innovation in the contact center market. Let's now look at how all of this comes together for customers, businesses, and agents. Pete, take it away.
When a customer contacts one of my agents through whatever channel they choose, the agent doesn't necessarily need to have all the answers. Instead, AI will automatically identify the right subject matter experts for the topic. For example, a technical question that they have about a product. Then, the agent can initiate a swarm to quickly rally a group of the right experts around the problem. If a subject matter expert is working in teams, they'll receive an invitation to join the swarm with important details like who the customer is, what questions they have, and what steps have already been tried. Thanks to the integrated Teams chat and dynamics, the agent and the subject matter expert can keep chatting where they're already working, in Teams or in Dynamics 365 customer service, and still maintain an open dialogue. And now, we're enabling the ability to add a subject matter expert to a call in Teams, allowing for real-time voice and video communications to solve customer issues.
Thank you, Pete. That was awesome to see. For customers who've already deployed a contact center solution, we continue to certify independent solution for Teams to ensure a seamless and reliable integration. There are currently 14 certified solutions. And with the recently announced Azure Communication Services SDK, we're also giving partners the ability to build even richer solutions for Teams. With this capability, developers can build custom applications that integrate audio, video, and telephony for Teams users. New enhanced Teams call flow management can be developed to place and receive calls between external and internal users, from attendant consoles to call center scenarios. Organizations will be able to enhance both their employee and customer communications experience at a whole new level. And to tie this all together, we've just launched a new CRM integration capability, enabling admins to assign specific team members the ability to have customer records pulled up as the incoming call in Microsoft Teams is answered. For example, when I receive a call from a customer in Teams, I get a pop-up displaying my Salesforce CRM information alongside my Teams phone incoming call screen, giving me easy access to customer records without missing a beat on my call. Choosing the right calling device setup matters, which is why we provide customers with choice in their phones and peripherals. In fact, there are currently over 150 IP phones and peripherals from 9 OEMs certified for Microsoft Teams. For customers that rely upon their desk phone, we are excited to share that recent updates to the IP phone client have made responsiveness of the UI near instantaneous. Additionally, the UI has been updated to make it more intuitive and accessible with features such as call transfer, call hold, and mute now showing as part of your main display. As the new way of working has increased the relevance and importance of shared devices, we have updated the common area phone license to include support for hot desking and panels. This is all on top of recent updates made to enable a fuller calling experience on a shared device, including adding call queue and auto attendant support, call park and retrieve, cloud voicemail, and group pickup. To reflect these expanded scenarios, we are updating the name of the common area phone license to Microsoft Teams Shared Device License effective December of this year. As part of our ongoing effort to certify new devices to give organizations the flexibility they need to stay connected, I'm excited to share that we are partnering with Cisco to certify Cisco peripherals for Teams, delivering a rich calling experience. This will start with the Cisco Desk Camera 4K and Headset 320, with the Headset 720 to follow early next year. But stay tuned, because this is just the beginning of this partnership to bring Cisco devices into the Teams ecosystem. But many customers have legacy calling hardware that still meets their needs. Last December, we launched a SIP gateway capability to bring basic calling capabilities to legacy devices. because customers really care about the investments they made on those devices and want them to continue to function as they take the journey to Microsoft Teams. Since then, we've added additional calling capabilities to the program, and we continue to add support for new endpoints. Earlier this year, we announced support for DEC devices, starting with SpectraLink and Poly devices. And later this month, ASCOM DEC devices will be supported as well. Beginning in early 2023, SIP Gateway will support analog devices with certified ATAs from Cisco, AudioCodes, and Poly. With this improvement to support analog endpoints like overhead paging and elevator phones, Teams Phone will serve a significant number of scenarios that previously required an on-prem PBX or other on-prem infrastructure. With these upgrades to Teams certified devices and SIP Gateway-enabled devices, there are more ways than ever to make a Teams Phone your calling service. Given the need to address evolving calling needs, we also want to ensure that Teams Phone is simple to deploy and easy to manage. Thanks to deployment resources and partners, you don't need to be a voice expert to set up and manage Teams Phone. The new Teams Phone setup guide walks admins through every step of the deployment process, from purchasing licenses to configuring PSTN options to setting up call queues. And now with Fast Track for Microsoft Teams, you can get help deploying Teams Phone from Microsoft engineers and Fast Track ready partners at no additional cost. Once your deployment is complete, we provide you with the resources to help your organization adopt Teams Phone, including email templates, practical user guidance, and product overviews for both you and your help desk. So there's no reason to wait. Contact your account team to try out Teams Phone for free and start your Teams Phone journey. Here at Microsoft, we are committed to continue to innovate to transform the communications and collaboration landscape and are super thrilled about the opportunities ahead. Thank you to our customers and partners for helping shape this awesome journey. Be sure to watch these sessions to learn more, and you can find all of our team sessions at Ignite at the link by scanning the QR code. Thank you. That was a good rehearsal. Can we be done now? No. I'll do that part alone again.